The diagram represents 5 islands in a sea of words. Crosses begin in the top left square and proceed sequentially. Sequentially left to right. Any word unfinished at the right continues on the next row. So it's basically there, and then when we get to there, we continue on to this row. Downs, similarly, begin in the top left square. They continue down, and then when you get to here, you continue in the next column. Some of the islands are crossed by across words only, and some are crossed by down words only. So if this was a down-only island, when we came to the acrosses, we would go and skip across here. The words in 4 of the islands can be arranged to spell a cryptic clue for the 5th island's word. This 5th island, it will be discovered, is not fully crossed and must be completed by solving the extra clue. The letters added for this final word spell something handy for reaching an island. Is it a puzzle boat? And the whole word will make a treasure. Clues are numbered for convenience only. And the numbers include 7 capitalised words. Okay. So, basically, yes, word wrap. When we get to the end of one column or row, we continue on to the next. And some of these islands we will skip for the acrosses, and some of them will skip for the downs. I imagine it'll be 2 and 2. And then one of the islands, I'm going to say this one in the middle, will be extra special. Oh no, it can't be 2 and 2, can it? Because this probably can't get. I don't know. Anyway, allow me to first go with all the clues. When I get stuck, it is over to you. But for now, here we go. Worn wood. At least we are given the lengths. Can I just say, worn wood from sailing boats. Worn wood from sailing boats. Is it an anagram of boats? Where's my paper for me anagrams? I don't think it's an anagram of boats. Boast, not much of an anagram. Stober. At boss. Sobat. Psoa. Okay. Worn wood. Like, oh, could be anagram. From sailing boats. So what is driftwood is quite worn. If something's worn, it's broken, it's tired. From sailing boats, yachts, canoes, kayaks, rafts. First letter, please. And ahoy hoy to you. S. Oh, well, that's good. I've got it now. Oh, it's worn in an entirely different sense. Go for it if you've got it. It's worn as in clothing, and it's a type of wood that someone might wear. It is a sabot. It's a type of shoe, I think. There you go. Clog. It's like clog type thing. Generally wooden shoe, and it's where we get the word sabotage from. So sabot or sabot. Probably sabot, actually. Let's see if Chambers will enlighten me on the pronunciation. A shoe carved from a single block of wood, and the pronunciation is?
Sabot.
Sabot. Okay, no T. Sailing is your anagram. Yes, anagram indicator there. Is it worth me doing the ends of words? I guess. I think it might be. If I do that, is that... No, that's no good. Let's do an orange line. Is that gonna... That's not thick enough. Is that clear enough? You can see something. I can't highlight them because when I get to the downs, how's that going to work? I did think about highlighting them, but that's not going to work, is it? Maybe a bit thicker than that. Can I? Or a change of... that'll work, won't it? That's visible. Oh, highlighting the islands. lines. This'll do. Full snake swallowed last of brood. Full snake swallowing last of brood. And we know that's going to go there. And the next one is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't know where that one goes, because this could be a down-only island, and therefore we would skip it. But anyway, full snake swallowed last of brood. Last of brood is D, so we need a 4-letter snake. Something's full. It is sated. It is laden. Is there a snake called a laen? L-A-E-N? Probably not. With pale blue. I quite like that. That is good. Let's see if I can change the colour then. Oh, no, I don't. I want the line to change. You twerp. Come on. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do that. There we go. Pale blue. You wanted me to highlight the islands, didn't you? Not the lines. Never mind. But the islands wouldn't be pale blue. Doesn't matter. Full snake. Have we got first letter for that? No one's getting that. Asp. Last of wood. Don't know. Fling hype in Bishop's Domain. Fling hype in Bishop's Domain. Okay. A bishop's domain is usually a see, like a diocese or something like that. A holy see. Yeah, the Pope is the Bishop of Rome, and the Pope is a holy see, so it's probably C, S-E-E, for the domain. And hype is P-R. There you go. So can a fling be a spree then? Can we have spree? Because your hype is your PR. Now, we get ourselves into a quandary. I can't put the next letter in. So I think what I'm going to do is go to the downs. Because we're going to have to build this from the top left, I think. So let's go to the downs. Here we go. Aquatic animal moving on pegs. Aquatic animal moving on pegs. I have got one down. Meredith has one down as well. Good evening to you, Meredith. I haven't actually said good evening to many of you, so let's just say good evening to all, and I hope that you're doing all right. Go for one down. It's an anagram. Moving is your anagram indicator. It's an aquatic animal. I don't know how else you would describe this animal other than an animal. An invertebrate. It doesn't have a spine. It's a sponge. Anagram of on pegs. Very handy for the bath. A parasite. Is it? I don't know. Giant sun engulfs the thing. Giant sun engulfs the thing. Let's just do you. Oh, bugger. I need to copy that and put that there too. There we go. Giant sun engulfs the thing. Now that strongly implies a hidden. But unless Antsu is a thing, is it hidden backwards? Giant. Okay. Sun could just be S. Engulfs the. So I put the. Thing. Item. Object. Giant sun engulfs the thing. First letter, please. I mean, soon, T-S-U-N-E. Giant. Titan. Could it be Titan? It. So, yeah, Titan. There you go. Because it's tan around it. That's quite tricky. I think that's quite tricky. Good evening, Cyril. If you sun yourself, you tan. So to sun is to tan. And the thing is it. and then put it in tangent title. That is a giant. That's quite a tricky one in my opinion. A siren wound up. A siren wound up. Yep, I'm happy with 3 down. Okay, these clues have all been okay so far. The ones I've been able to solve have been okay. There have been a couple that I haven't done, but the ones I've been solving aren't that tricky at the moment. Go for 3. That's true. The thing in it are 2 different movies. That is true. It's an anagram. Again, wound is your anagram indicator. Arisen. If you are up out of bed, you are in a horrible state of affairs, but you are also arisen. Now, how on earth do we go from here? No, we can, because we know we got a 6. So if the last letter is B, how have I done that? If the last letter is B, then we know that we will include this island. I suspect it won't be. Old master of rye bread sandwiches speaking. Okay, Reuben? Because he was an old master in art. And a rye bread must be Reuben, but must be spelt differently. Right? Rye bread, Reubens, R-U-B-E-N-S. There you go. So, rye bread sandwiches are Reubens, R-U-B-E-N, and then the S for the plural. Sounds like Reuben's the old master, but it's R-E-U, isn't it, for the sandwich? Okay, so how does that work? Because, oh yeah, that's fine. R-U-B-E, this may or may not be an N, and that is either an N or an S. So we know that this is an across island. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this as yellow for acrosses only, and I'm going to forget that. So that's a cross. That is a good suggestion. Okay. We're then not going to be able to get anything, but now we can start working on the acrosses, and when we get to this, we can work out what the OI does. So 4, debut of play, a corny item. Debut of play, a corny item. Just read what you've written, Charlie. Debut of play is P. A is A. Corny item. We get an ear of corn. Not sure. So if this was downs only, we could have here the E. And then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're either at here or here. So this next one will start here or here, and it's a 6. So we will definitely get to this OI. So it's either 3 letters, OI something, or like that for the next one. Primate's front toe in bent position for dancing. Yes, I'm happy with this one, and I think it goes like that. So that's 5. Meredith has got 5. Primate's front toe in bent position for dancing. So I'm just giving that a few seconds. Primate front is P. Primate's front is P. And then we've got toe in, bent. And then position for dancing is your definition, so go for it. Primate's front is P. Toe in, bent, all of that anagrammed. And you get point. So we know that that starts there, so I can put a line here. And that N is looking strongly like that's going to go there then. Oh no, that's going to be an N regardless. That tells us nothing. Irritatingly. Because we've got 4A. Ah, that's true. Yes, you're right. Because I know that that is 4. And I know this next one is 3. So this is a downs only. So this is a downs only. Let's colour you in green for downs only. So Rubens goes like that. And we can then put a line in here. Good. So we know that that must actually skip that island and go like that, I think. So I should really swap to the downs now because I know quite a lot of what's going on here. So let's go to the downs. 5 down, which is going to go here after Rubens. Figure awarded for operating system transport. Figure awarded for operating system transport. I am happy with that. I have a missing letter. Do I? What do you mean? Don't think I mean, if Kato says it, it is correct. Because I've got POI-NTE. This N comes from Rubens. Oh, right. Yes, of course. Thank you. Yeah, spree. I filled in the end of the word and then forgot to do it. Go for 5. Operating system can be OS in the tech world. A piece of transport is a van. It's a lorry. It's a bus. It's none of those. Car, and that is a figure that is awarded. So that's Oscar. We know to skip that. So that goes at the end there. Algerian hub, and we're going to go through this. So these 2 letters will come through here. Importing grand set of pipes. I mean, organ? Algerian hub importing grand set of pipes. Is there... Yeah, there's a place in Algeria called Iran, I think. I put... Oh, is that right? Yeah, with G for grand in it. So put G for grand in Iran. And you get an organ, which is a set of pipes. So that also then gives us this here. The next one is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely finishes there. All oral report of a seizing getting your attention. Oral report of a seizing getting your attention. Oh, well, it's not in the... Oh... Welcome, everyone. Hollow would be proud. What is this? Well, if this is 7 down, if this is a kind of 7 up, this clue is 7 down, and it's in 2 different places, so it's there and there, there and there. Hi. Oral report of a seizing. I mean, I was too distracted by the fact that I couldn't solve the clue. Getting your attention. So getting your attention is like... Psst. Ending in tent. Well, they're both green, so we could sort of, if you can't see the text of that one, you could use that and then use that. There we go. 7 up. And look, there's another 7 up there. Honest. I'm stuck on that, so we're going to now carry on with the acrosses. 6. Sings right. Surrounded by critters of the wood. And so it starts here. Sings right, surrounded by critters of the wood. Well, this is very much looking like an acrosses only. I'm even going to say it. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a lovely place to stop. If it isn't, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that doesn't look good to me. So sings, warbles, trills, surrounded by critters of the wood. Well, that's flora and fauna. Right is R, so we're going to be putting right maybe in critters of the wood. What critters do we have in a wood? We have squirrels, the best woodland creatures. Name a better woodland creature. I don't think you can. Words as iffy. Oh dear. Okay. Hedgehog. Hedgehogs are nice. Foxes are good. Yeah, foxes. Not when they're barking and going through my bins. They're not though. Tell your lot to stay out of it, Fox. Confused. Okay, first letter then, please. Babes in the wood. Yes, yes, indeed. Sings. Carols. Caols isn't a thing. Next. It's got to have an N in it anyway. Critters of the wood. Croons. Oh, it's coons. Is that not allowed these days? So sings is croons. It's coons with an R in it. Sorry if I'm saying a bad word. That is a cross only. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, if you used it to mean raccoons, is it no longer acceptable to use it in that way as well? It's not a word that that's immediate. I'm not going to allow that given somewhat acceptable for the creature, but discouraged. There we go. We don't have raccoons in this country, you see, so we never use any form of the word. Yes, indeed, Maine Coon cats. Good evening, Frisco. Hope you are doing well. So I can now put another line here. Actress named Katie back as Lassie. Actress named Katie back as Lassie. It's going to be the surname of someone called Katie, maybe. But it's going to finish here, so I can at least put a line here. And then I know it's 9 afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it finishes here. So that's all right. Okay. Back as, it's probably as, which is backy. As, which is back. So that's SA, and those are the letters that I have. Lassie. Gals. There's a Katie Sagal, isn't there? There we go. That'll do it. Is she Leela? Is that right in Futurama? Leela? I forget her name. Is that the person who I'm thinking of? There we go. I know the person, even if I don't know how to say Leela. Doctors catching first of tuna fish. Doctors catching first of tuna fish. Okay, yeah, happy with this one. This is quite a classic piece of cryptic wordplay. My chair is getting worse. If you see me continually having to adjust myself in terms of raising the chair, because I don't want to have to buy another chair. They're just so expensive, and I'm a tight sod. Go for 8. It's very annoying. It's very annoying, especially as I sit on it most of the time. It's a common place where I have to sit because I work from home, so I sit here. Sturgeons is indeed correct. Surgeons are your doctors. The first of tuna is T. Put that in surgeons, you get sturgeons. Quite a common piece of wordplay, I'd say here. Massively helped by Nicholas Sturgeon in Scottish Parliament. Raises birds, including cardinal. Raises birds, including cardinal. So if it starts here, because we don't know what this one is yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's either going to finish here or here, depending on whether it includes this cell or not. To me, this center cell feels like it's not going to get any crossings. So it does feel very suspicious. I'm not also spotting 9. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the Downs. Good evening, Invalid. Let's do 7. So I did 7. 8. Discovered 7 minus 5. We also know now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be an I, isn't it? Because that was oral report of a seizing getting your attention. So that goes through to there. Discovered 7 minus 5. Yeah, fine. Okay, go for 8. That took me a few seconds. So 7 is written out, S-E-V-E-N, but we're going to take away 5 in the context of Roman numerals. So take the V, which is 5 in Roman numerals, out of the word 7, and you get seen. That is definitely an E. And that is either an E or an N. This next one will let us know the length. Iberian Plateau featured in Siamese Tail. I was looking at table for some reason. Iberian Plateau featured in Siamese Tail. Now I'm assuming this is a hidden. And I assume there's such a thing as a meseta, M-E-S-E-T-A. Let's look that up in Chambers. A plateau, specifically that of central Spain, says Chambers. Meseta. It's my favourite. It's a hidden. Ding! So that means it starts here. So we know that seen. We know that this... Gosh, I nearly threw my coffee across the table there. That would have been bad. We know that this is at least a crosses only. The 5th island is not fully crossed. So anyway, we shall put that there. Meseta, there we go. And then I'm going to be stuck, aren't I? Because... No, that's fine. Pueblo Town's southwestern food lacking heart. Pueblo Town's southwestern food lacking heart. Is there a place called Suez? Southwestern could be SW, and I'm trying to find a short word. Actually, it doesn't have to be that short. A word for food, which starts in a vowel. And I had eats for food. Grub. Because then I'm going to take out the heart of it, the middle of it. And then we've got SW and 2 other things. And we're going to get a town in Pueblo. No, not not spotting that. Absolutely, Stephen. That was my first thought as well, actually. Good. Tea is nice. I've got coffee. Decaffeinated. Not spotting it. Okay. So if we've got Meseta and then the next 4 go there, then I should be starting from the top of this column then, and it should be these 6. Pueblo's a region of Mexico and or California though, isn't it? I assume that's sort of... So it's I'm after a particular place. There. No? Well, still don't know. Little monkey with tail of orange... covered with a coat of fur. Little monkey with tail of orange covered with a coat of fur. And my theory is that it starts here. Little monkey, tail of orange, which is E, covered with a coat of fur. Now, Is it going to be a literal little monkey, such as a sort of a macaque, a rhesus, something like that? Is it going to be monkey, and the little is the definition? Could monkey not be relating to the animal, but like an imp? Could it be a metaphorical cheeky thing? Tail of orange is almost certainly E. Covered with the coat of fur feels like the definition. Pelted could be covered with a coat of fur, but then... Let's go back to the acrosses. I'm aware that I'm flipping between the two, but it's just the way that this crossword is going to treat me. Full snake swallowed last of brood. Now begins with S. Full, I want to be sated. Second letter, please, Manic. Last of brood is D, so we're putting a D into it, I would imagine. The last of a brood could be a runt, I guess, but no. Of course, it couldn't. It might be not a literal snake. It could be a verb, to snake, to wind. For your full. Next letter, please. Oh, is it actually sated? Why is it sated then? Last of brood is D, swallowed is 8. Can snake just be S? Why is snake S then? What's the context for that abbreviation? Because it's not an abbreviation that I'm familiar with. S looks like a snake. Oh, it's one of those. Is it like glass? Glasses are double O's. I'll allow it. I quite like it. I don't like that I like it. Okay. Now, why did I want to do that? Because I wanted to get an extra letter for this. Pueblo town's southwestern food lacking heart. No, for the little monkey. Here we go. Okay, little monkey could be an apelet then. That might well be right. Because you got a pelt. A coat of fur is a pelt, and we're putting a tail of orange into it. There we go. That apelet isn't a word. Apelet is not a word. Apelet is a fruit that goes well in Moroccan cuisine. Apelet. Is it in Chambers? Is it in Chambers? It's not in Chambers. Smug feeling. Okay. It's not in the Oxford Dictionary of English or the shorter Oxford English Dictionary or Collins. It is an American word. Merriam-Webster. Fair enough. It's clear what it means, though, so I'm okay with it. Swinger's way of moving on foot discussed. Swinger's way of moving on foot discussed. May or may not go through this. If it doesn't, I mean, we can't have just one that is down only. This is going to be down only. I'm going to call that right there. Swinger's way of moving on foot discussed. Absolutely no idea. But what it means is if this is a down only, the next one should start with this T. Alarm for poison sounded. Alarm for poison sounded. Okay, so I need a name for a poison. Okay. I've written it down. Go for it. Well, I think I've got it this time round. I don't remember not remembering it or not knowing it. There we go. I've got toxin. So it sounds like Toxin. I still couldn't have told you it was an alarm. But there we go. Surely that's the beginning of the dictionary, Stephen, because the arse end would be the big one beginning with A. I mean, wow, I do not remember it at all, Gators. But my memory is pretty poor these days, which I am concerned about. Goof, I'd entered in stress. So we do know now that this has confirmed that this is a down only. I agree, Charlie. I agree. I don't have a plan on having children, but if I do, I will give them a very crossword-friendly name that hasn't yet been invented. So an entirely new word that was like vowel, consonant, vowel, 3 letters, really useful. And then I'll make them famous, and then they can be used in crosswords in about 50 years' time. That would be the master plan. Goof, I'd entered in stress. Swived. That would be the sister. The first one would have to be vowel, consonant, vowel, because they've got the firstborn's more likely to be famous. And then the little baby sister swived. Oxo is a thing already, though. So it needs to be like U-Y-U or U-Y-I or something. Anyway. Goof. Goof is an error. So it's 8 letters. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know it ends E blank T. So I want to put the letters ID into something for stress. I think that's where it's going to go. Stress. Emphasis. Tension, for like stress, as in like they're under tension, they're under stress. Not spotting it, but I will come back to that. And then I don't know anymore, so we're going to have to go to the crosses. So we had sturgeons. Raises birds including cardinal. Heightens? Because you've got hens and a cardinal number is 8. Oh, flipping heck. So if you raise something, you heighten it. And it's hens, including 8. I don't know why, but that one annoys me. Don't know why. Cuckoo lay in playful kind of thinking. Cuckoo lay in playful kind of thinking. I want it to be something to do with lateral thinking, maybe. Yeah, is not fully crossed. I don't quite know what that means. So we will find out, I guess. Maybe we're not going to cross these 3 cells. Maybe it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is an entirely good possibility using those 8 cells. Because ending in tick is quite good. Analytic. This works. An antic. There we go. That's what it is. So we're not filling in these 3 middle cells at all. Cheeky. So it's antic with an anagram of lay for analytic. I'll get rid of these because we know what these mean now. There we go. Well, that's a thing. Next up, hawk or sell individually about 500. So D is the Roman numeral for 500. Hawk or sell individually, and we should be including this letter, I would imagine this time, about 500. Sell individually, about D. Hawk. First letter, please. Red tail feels like it could be a thing, because retail, these retail at $4.99, that sort of thing. So retail, sell individually, around D for 500. That'll be red tail. There is a red tail hawk, fair enough. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. That's red tail. Live in brand new part of a mosque. Live in brand new part of a mosque. That could be live. Yeah, no solving ahead. No solving ahead. Or at least no telling me about it anyway. Live in brand new. So anagram of live in? No, there's an A there. Part of a mosque. Is it a hidden? Do not think it is. Going to come back to that, but at least we can bar most of the grid now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the next one starts here and skips that letter. African, whose role is to sing and pluck about love. African, whose role is to sing and pluck about love. So you can pluck a hair, you can tweeze a hair. Pluck could be nerve, guts, gumption, balls. But an African whose role is to sing. Is it a mythological thing? At the moment, that's what I've got as the definition. African whose role is to sing, but it's a very long definition. African, could that just be A? I want a 4-letter term for pluck, and we're going to put it about O for love. And we know that the last letter should be a T. I've written that down. Capital letters and everything. I've written that down. Okay. Moving on. Home of some Italians drifting in sea. Must be an anagram of in sea. A niece isn't a thing. Is there a Sienna? Go for it. Sienna. Everybody type Sienna. I was just so pleased with getting it. Yeah, rhymes with Vienna. That is very true. Sound made by angry fly. Is that just buzz? No. Sound made by angry fly. We're going to ignore these three. So it's this one, this one, this one, and this one. Sound made by angry fly. Oh, yep, go for it. Yep. Angry as in irritated in the skin department. So that would be soar. S-O-R-E is angry, and if you fly, you soar. S-O-A-R. New moon, tide lowering. New moon, tide lowering. Anagram of moon tide? Would that be? Moon tide. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody expects the Spanish Ultravox reference. Go for 16. It is an anagram of moontide. And it is a lowering of a sort. It is a demotion. N. We're on to the last line. Take care of cryptic runes. That'll be nurse. That's an anagram of runes. That is cryptic. So that is nurse. And should I also have been... I guess I can... I probably should have been doing those as well. Because spree... Because it's... Oh, it's difficult, isn't it, with croons, sturgeons. Yeah, I'll put one there. Heightens, analytic retail. Yeah, that will do. And carried chairs without acquiring education. Carried chairs without acquiring education. Unschooled? No, sedans. Those are carried chairs. Now, is it a hidden? Without his songs and ed. Yeah, there you go. So if you're without, it's sans, you know. Can't think of a time when you'd use that. But then put ed in it for education. You get sedans, which are carried chairs. Okay, good. Downs. Down, 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 down. 7 down. Can we do that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, okay, so it goes across this, but includes that. Agreeing. Oral report. No, arresting. Okay. Of a seizing. Getting your attention. So that's arresting, which sounds like... So something arrests you, it gets your attention. And a seizing... Oh, W-R-E-S-T-I-N-G. Yeah. It's quite a tricky one, that. So that is arresting. So we put an R here. 10. That was here. Southwestern food, tacos lacking heart. Is there a place called Taos, then? I prefer a fajita rather than a taco. Call me a snob. But that is, well, I prefer... I still eat tacos. I will not turn them down. But, oh, I'm a fajita man myself. Okay. And again, I could have been marking some of these, like... There or this. I don't know. 12, which is the one before toxin. So it's here, these 4 letters. Swinger's way of moving, disgust. Way of moving on foot. Gait. So it has to be G8. Oh, it's that form of swinger, because it swings on its hinges. Ugh. Yes, I know about Lao and Laos. That's quite a common, again, quite a common grid fill, because it's got lovely letters, common letters, and it's a nice short word, so it's quite often a piece of cryptic crossword glue. Not even cryptic, sorry, American crossword glue. Okay, so what have we got here? A blank blank ID. E blank T. Okay. So I'd enter is a stress and yeah, okay, go for it. Go for it, Arch. Go, go, go. What are you, Arch? Please let me know what you are. A happy little accident. Hans has had one. Yes. Yeah. So it's accent in your so to stress something is the accent of something, and ID in it goes to accident, which is a goof. I was an accident. Well, I was not planned, put it that way. Big bird in a hand, dummy. So it starts here. 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to tell you what it was, Meredith. Big bird in a hand, dummy. Is it a hidden? I mean, big bird's an ostrich. or an emu in a hand. Dummy. Okay, so I know what the answer is from Wheel of Fortuning it. It's got to be Airhead, because they're a dummy. Oh, a Rhea. There's your big bird. So big bird is Rhea in a hand, and that's aid. Can you give me a hand? Can you give me a help? Can you give me some aid? So it's Rhea in aid, and you get Airhead. I don't know what to say to that, Clemson. Guy, famous for writing novels, in addition is performing live. So we're going to ignore those 3, and it is these 7. Alison, Ellison, something. Is there a Guy Ellison? Is performing live is on. In addition? All for addition? I'll go with A. That gives us Pona. What was this clue? Whoopsie. Debut of play. A corny item. Is that Pona? Pona? Is that a thing? I'm going to look it up. I don't know. No. A corny item. I don't. Debut of play, P. A corny item. Guy Allison is... Okay, so is Pona, is it? A is... This is not Pona. P... Oh, A is 1. So it's Pone, P-O-N-E. Chambers says that is a maize bread, a maize loaf, or cake. So that's a corny item. So debut of play is P, A is 1. I also don't know how you say it. And the computer tells me...
Pone.
Pone. So that must be Ellison then. So in addition is L. Guy, famous for writing novels, must be Guy Ellison. In addition, that'll be Eater, F. Now, I can get the next one. I'm pretty certain I can get the next one, and L is an addition. It's an additional part of a building. I don't like... I don't like it. I don't have to like it. So dashing is sporty. A secret agent is a spy. And a scrap is an ought. And that is a word only used in cryptic crossword circles and or American crosswords. That is, eat up your oughts. Nobody ever says that. Thinks dreamily of low poles. If you low, you moo as a cow. Poles are north and south. So moons thinks dreamily of. Moons. Okay, let's just go through the final few clues. Mop up the oughts. See, no one uses it. Live in brand new part of a mosque. That goes here. A minaret. Why is it minaret? Part of a mosque, minaret. Live is R in mint. It's R in mint. And so that's why if you live, it's not live, it's live, it's R. If you live, you are. In mint, as in brand new. And 13, where are we? With griot? Is that even an acceptable word these days? An African whose role is to sing. And pluck, so pluck is grit, about love, which is letter O, put that in. And it's a member of a class of travelling poets, musicians and storytellers who maintain a tradition of oral history in parts of West Africa. That is a...
Griot.
Griot. You don't say the T in that either. Okay, so that's, I think, all the grid filled. So what were we doing now? The words in 4 of the islands can be arranged to spell a cryptic clue for the 5th island's word. So we've got ring, rough, inside and cache. Okay, the letters added for this final word spell something handy for reaching the island, which would be an oar, because it's hoard. Because it's... A ring is O inside rough. Ring inside rough cache. That is your cryptic clue, rather than ring rough inside. But ring, which is O, inside hard, which is rough, for a cache, which is hoard. So, the letters added for the final word will spell something handy for reaching an island, which is the oar, and the whole word will make a treasure, which is a hoard. And that is Treasure Island by Hex. GG, everyone. GG.